Hello and welcome back to the Reapers. So, as requested by you guys, the valued viewers, we are today going to look at Dr. Squirrelboy 12's internet site. All credit goes to Dr. Squirrelboy 12, who's doing all this cool work. So, the site is https://drsquirrelboy12.com/DCS developers/. So, what we're going to look at today is the upcoming promised modules, basically. So, should we go left to right, start with Razbam, shall we, guys? Well, Jesus.
Yeah.
They're busy. Okay, guys. So, aircraft. Mirage 2000, which we all know and fly and whatnot, it's released. It was released in 2015. You know what? They're still changing that. Sorry, the full release, 2017. And 2 years later, they're still changing that. You guys notice how that's a thing? I haven't read all my videos on it.
So basically, when I do Razbam on that tab, I just look at it and think, look at all those beautiful modules that aren't going.
On the plus side, they have just done the textures so it doesn't look shit anymore and it does look good. So that's a good thing, which is very good. Then we've got the Harrier, which is very good. Early access. Not sure when that's ever going to be full release, but that's a thing. MiG-19, which I really like. I just really like all these airplanes. I know they've got their thing for being buggy and whatnot, but I like the MiG-19. I like the Harrier. I like the Mirage. I never fly it because it's just not that powerful, but pretty cool. MiG-19. My understanding is, and I hope, that before they get these next ones, they're going to finish the 19, the Harrier, and the Mirage 2000. Does anyone know if that's a thing, or are they just going to keep blasting through them?
Well, I heard that they weren't going to move on to anything else until the Harrier was at least finished.
That would be nice.
They said they weren't going to move on to anything until all their modules were completely finished.
Yeah, because they got a lot of flack online, didn't they, about not finishing
Well, it's fair
stuff.
play. It's fair play. You can't just do modules and then get bored when, like, Big 15, 19, as you know, missing a whole bunch of aiming stuff and a bunch of other stuff. The Harrier is always in disrepair. And the Mirage, we thought was finished, but they've just started changing it again, which is annoying, but okay, fair enough.
Blame the ADA.
Blame the ADA, there you go. So hopefully that'll all get finished and they can move on. Then they've got a whole list of interesting aircraft. First, F-15E, the Mudhen, which is, I mean, they're taking on a big project there, aren't they, guys? That's F-14 size of project, isn't it?
Yeah.
Two drivers, all sorts of tech's going to be in there. I'm amazed they're taking it on, to be honest. I wouldn't. Bloody nightmare. Who's looking forward to the F-15E?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't see the point of it. Here's the thing, right? No, listen before you.
Oh my God.
Before you get Queens and the internet goes, but it's got big engines. The thing is, guys, the thing about bringing all these new planes in that we've got to spend money on, and it can't really do anything different than a Hornet. It's just a different name, a different shape. It's going to basically do pretty much just the same. It's going to be, and the thing is, and all that effort is going to take Razbam to make that, and you know the amount, it's going to take years and years and years of effort. We could have some, I mean, there's so many thousands of awesome, unique, interesting aeroplanes from around the world. So we're getting another one just like
Oh, no.
I'm looking forward to the A-29.
The Skyhawk
Anyway,
2.
is anyone pushing back, or are you just going to say weird names?
See, the thing is with me for the F-15 is they've already said they're not going to do a Jester-style AI, and it's not going to be multi-crew. So, for me, it's just another Hornet.
Well,
It has to be multi-crew.
They can't do not multi-crew.
Well, apparently they're not going to, because according to them, the pilot in an F-15E, and maybe would probably be the best, Skidecki would probably be the best person to ask about this because he flies them, but according to them, they're not doing it, and the pilot in the front can technically do everything the guy in the back
Yes,
can do.
they can. That is true.
How?
That is true. They can do it, but, I mean...
The workload, that's going to be painful.
Because, I mean, don't get me wrong, people have done a fantastic job with the F-14, but I hate using that Jester thing. It just, immersion gone, you know, and there's no way around it. This is what they've had to do. I mean, what can they do other than that?
I mean, I think they've just done the best of a bad situation. I really enjoyed the F-14 with Jester, but I love it even more when I've got a human Rio. It just adds another dynamic to it.
Well,
And to not do that with the F-15E, in my opinion, is a massive mistake. And oversight in terms of sales. Because another multi-crew aircraft would be...
Yeah, they should do a dual cockpit. They should.
I want the aircraft. I don't care.
I mean, is there anything that
I think it's going to be godlike. It's going to be wonderful to fly.
Is there anything it does that when it
It's
doesn't.
got beautiful ground mapping radar that is just
Break
not
Mach
no other.
1.8.
Never gonna be
Some of the
implemented.
18 though, the 18's got excellent ground mapping right
Exactly. I just
But I don't know if they're going to actually implement it in the 18 or not.
They're gonna
They
have
kind
to.
of have to in the 15.
yeah, they will. They will. They'll do it.
They'll
All right.
do it.
Well, anyway, you know my thoughts on that, and I'm ever so slightly worried that Raspberry, who we love, but taking on a big project like that.
You've got those things next door, Cap. Aren't you in love with them? I mean, come on.
Yeah, absolutely. But well, anyway, I've stated my reasons. It's just that great, another big plane with a million different options, but there's so many different interesting planes around the world I could have chosen. But all right, fair enough. F-15E, Mirage 2005. What the hell? I thought.
Yes.
I've obviously got it completely wrong. I thought that they
You're
were
going to have to
doing
do a
by.
video on the top 5 you want, and then we'll go through that.
I thought that the Mirage 2000C was being turned into the Dash 5. Apparently not. Apparently the Dash 5 is something separate. I've just learned right now. Fair enough. I mean, does anyone know the major differences? I guess it's just newer.
It's like a whole.
The Dash
different
5, it's got a bigger engine. It's got Fox 3 capable missiles. It's got extra stations. It can carry a cruise missile variant that I can't, for the life of me, remember the name of. It's just a lot more. I think it's glass cockpit as well, for the most part.
Okay.
Let's go.
I could be talking out my arse, though.
That's another big module they're taking on there. I don't know if they're going to be hiring guys or what, but big modules they're taking on. Then you got the MiG-23. Now, this is more like it. This is exactly what... I mean, I think everyone agree that's a good thing to put in.
Boring.
Boring? What a massive piece of history.
Well, we need more. We definitely need more.
Tell you what's boring?
fulfilled.
Another F-15 with 25 MFDs.
I don't want that F-15.
Let's go to all the fuse options and sperming in my pants. MiG-23 looks cool, sounds cool, it's interesting, it's different. You know, it's not going to be anything like anything else. I think it's sweet, boys.
No, we do need more Russian high fidelity.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
We do. We need more Red 4 stuff.
We do.
Because
I
let's
agree,
face it,
but
Coffee-
just not that.
Well, they did a massive imbalance in
They
terms
did
of
a 27, it'd be better.
I mean, the 16's kind of bridged the gap, and the JF-17 is going to help as well. But there needs to be more Gen 3 stuff. Oh, where's my F4 Phantom? I want it, and I want
Okay, guys.
It's on the list.
Super Tucano. Is that actually a warplane? I always thought it was a non-warplane. I guess I'm wrong.
Yeah,
Crazy.
It's a light attack.
Light attack recon.
close air support.
All right. What's kind of? I mean, it's going to be another one of those. I mean, it's great, cool. Where are we ever going to use it? I guess we'll put it in the Warbird missions, right? It's all I can think of. I mean,
No, it'd be Colombia's sort of campaign. It would be ideal for the Caswell.
who's going to drive that? If you drive a Vigan or a Super Tucano with like 2 pencil-sized rockets, who's going to drive a Super? It's going to be another one of those planes that never gets driven because I'm guessing.
Yeah, but I tell you what, though, this is a classic example of when that aircraft would be useful, because that would be one of the Red 4 aircraft, a Super Tucano. They were heavily used by the Colombians. And
Well, what it's got is it's got loiter time, which is something the Vigan doesn't.
Yep.
So they're different jobs. The Vigan's a strike aircraft.
It didn't come out till 2000,
Oh,
or
what?
1999.
Oh,
That was the
So
Super
it's
Tucano.
1999. It's a new aircraft, right?
Yeah, it's like a PC-9 kind of looking aircraft.
all right. Well, I mean, I'm sure it'll be really good. It's just for GR, we have this odd problem where some planes come out and we just can't find a place for them. Do you put them with those planes? Do you put them with those planes? So we'll have to do some messing around. Okay, guys. Bronco is another little weird thing, isn't it? The other old things they had in Vietnam, or
A twin engine.
yeah, I remember.
It'd be
That.
good. It'll be great to go along with. Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. I'm sure that would be great for the Falklands map, which is the South Atlantic map.
Okay. Yeah. Sea Harrier, interesting. I'm surprised they bring out another Harrier, but it is fairly different, I'm guessing, the Sea Harrier.
It's for
radar.
FRS-1 was used in the Falklands, so that'd be what
Sea
it
Harrier, so it's not got the modern glass avionics of the aviation, more old school.
It's
Probably harder to
also, as the Mark
Be
1,
more
it was
right up your alley,
faster
Cap,
and more
wouldn't
maneuverable.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was faster and more maneuverable than the AV-8B.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Because, yeah.
It's not weighed down.
Also has radar.
Oh, really? What?
Yeah.
Blue Vixen, I believe. or
Blue Vixen.
Fox.
Cap, as you know, I've actually been speaking with Razbam on this and feeding some information to them. And they've asked me to get them information on the radar for it.
Lovely. Okay. Well, fair enough, guys. Sounds
Don't
very,
get arrested.
Sounds
Please,
very.
don't get arrested.
Sounds almost kind of vegan-y, which is good. So, okay. Mirage 3, I don't know anything about it, but it's a big thing, obviously. I know it looks very similar to the Mirage 2000 in kind of size and scale, but it's obviously old gen, isn't it?
It's like
Yeah,
old
it's
Mirage.
Australia had them.
It was again another Falklands plane, so it was part of all that campaign stuff.
No, right, fine, okay. Got a Pucara. I know all about that. Well, I don't know all about them, but I know they are, I guess, kind of equivalent to Super Tucano, I would imagine. And again, maybe something to do with the Falklands. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it was Falklands again. That.
I'm right.
Yeah, I was speaking to a couple of family members who were in the service in the military when the Falklands was kicking off, and that's one of the ones they mentioned about how it needs to be in that for it to be accurate.
Okay.
It's very similar to the Super Tucano.
It looks very good. It's twin engine, isn't it? It looks really cool, that plane.
Yeah, twin engine turbo.
Okay, so the fourth plane from the Arme de l'Air, one of them must have worked in the Arme de l'Air or something to get all those access. Super Attendant. So that is isn't it just a really old Mirage? I mean, I haven't looked at this for a while.
They were only talking about doing either the Mirage 3 or the Super Attendant, because that would be the two hostiles on Falklands that they were talking about putting together. So I don't know if they decided which one to go with yet.
Oh, right, okay, so it'll be one of those. And I'd agree. I did think they were a bit similar in kind of time and whatnot for them to have both, so that makes sense. Okay, A6 Intruder, that's pretty cool, right? Everyone likes an A6 Intruder.
That's very.
I guess it's
they were supposed to release an AI version ages ago. They did a big hype thing. A6 Intruder was supposed to come out at the same time as F-14, and never.
It's not in there?
Okay.
Nah, not yet. It's a shame because it looks like it can carry a shitload of bombs.
It'll be an interesting. It'll be right up my alley in terms of kind of, what is it, 60s, early 70s, and it went up
Vietnam.
60s. It'd be great if they did a Prowler as well.
60s, early 70s.
So that'll be right in my alley of aircraft, the kind of time of aircraft I like, kind of A4, that kind of era. I think that should be really interesting. And you've got, what I remember about that is you've got twin side-by-side seats, haven't you? I wonder if they do that or not.
Yeah.
No.
That'd be cool.
I would think they would, yeah.
If not, you've got the same problem. How are you going to drive two stations from one station?
Yeah, you can't.
Interesting.
It would have to be multi-crew because Bomber Navigator is a dedicated role. But you can't do it from the pilot seat.
So you're taking on another big plane there.
They're side by side. That's going to be so cool.
I wonder if they've implemented a Jester-like interface for it.
Maybe. And then you've got the Corsair. Now, a Corsair 2, I always get mixed up with this and the A8. Was the A8 a thing?
F8.
Sorry. Yeah.
It's the older, bigger cousin.
Right.
The F8's the Crusader, right?
Yeah, it had a little bubble nose cone with an intake underneath, and then high wing.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
So this
interesting thing about that one.
So this one
carries a lot of bombs.
Wings would pop up too.
So this was 1965 to mid 80s. Again, right in that era of stuff I like, right in the Intruders era. It's a TAC plane, obviously. A single seat. Any noticeable? What's the main noticeable difference between it and the Intruder? Is it like it's a relatively high speed?
It has air-to-air capability.
Wasn't the Corsair also carrier based as well?
Yeah, both
they are
carrier based. And I think it was the first to have a fully referenced HUD in it as well.
Yep.
Okay, Thunderchief. That's a big. This is exactly the kind of stuff they should be doing. Big old 60s thunder chunking thing, like terrible plane in real. Well, careful what I say, but it had a bad rep, didn't it? Fast.
Well, it was using oil it wasn't meant for. That's
drop nuclear bombs. Drop conventional bombs. Had a distinguished service life. Awesome piece of history going on there.
Funny.
It's one seat, wasn't it? One seat.
Yep.
Big, really big. Remember?
It is, yeah. The J87 motor in it, yeah. It's a huge thing.
It's going to be well
It was
underpowered.
originally designed to be a Mach 2 bomber, nuclear bomber.
Nuclear bomber, yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was designed for, but then they changed its design and it was taken out of the war because of such high losses.
Yeah, I reckon that's going to be. It was getting shot down by the SA2s, I suppose, and
until they made a Wild Weasel version, and then it was in it.
Roger. I bet that's going to be a pig to fly. You got to fly by wire, and it does not look pilot friendly from what I can see.
Low speed.
It's not fly by wire. It's cable, mate.
How interesting. That won't be
all
cable.
cable.
You wouldn't be able to pull those. That would be hydraulic.
It's hydraulic and cable. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, cable backup.
Okay, guys. So it's a good lot playing so far, and one more, the Skyhawk. Again, I think we all support that. And what's the difference between that Skyhawk and the one we've already got?
I believe that was the one used in the Falklands.
Okay, so that's a more modern one. That's a more modern than the one we've got.
Yeah.
We've got Skyhawk 1 in the moment. Then I'm guessing.
A4E we have in the community version.
Okay, so excuse me. So I'm not a big fan of the Mudhead. No, I am in real life, but I just don't particularly want it. But everything else there is pretty cool, I must admit. There's some really cool history going on there. Some really cool planes. You've got a lovely mix, slow, fast, twin seat, single seat. So, all right. Any final thoughts on that lot coming out? Lovely. Right. As for times, no one will ever knows. They just do it when they can do it. This is all part-time. As far as I'm aware, these are all part-time developers, do it when they get a weekend free and whatnot. Right. Going over to Belsimtek, which are my favourite? They've got such good planes. So
I thought didn't they get integrated into?
Yeah, they're ED now.
Roger. Yeah, I was confused. So they did. Huey, brilliant. MI8, brilliant. MiG-15, brilliant. F-86, brilliant. F-5, brilliant. And all these are super reliable. Never have problems. Good graphics, good sound. The mix is perfect. Just really good guys who know what they're doing. Never, just stressless planes to work with. When was the last time you had a problem on the F5? So rare. Navigation.
I can never seem to fire my rockets, but there you go.
Okay, I'll give you that. That is a thing. That's a
I blame the pilot error.
Pilot error, my arse. It never
might be between the seat and the joystick.
Anyway,
we did have the shaky rudders not long ago.
Yeah,
they got that.
I know, but
that's true. We did.
Generally speaking, in 3 years, it's just been pretty shit hot. All of them have.
Rock solid.
Yeah,
modules.
rock solid. Navigation system. I've just bought that. Me and RC have bought it. We'll have to have a look at it at some point. Hind, I know a great helicopter, and just because of their history, everything they've done's perfect. I'm sure they'll do a fantastic job. F-40 Phantom. Wasn't aware they were doing this, and obviously a very, very big plane.
It got pushed back for the Hind. It was supposed to go in front of it.
Okay, sure.
I'll accept that. To be fair, I think I can live with the Hind over the Phantom.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
we need more Red 4 choppers. Let's be honest.
And the Hind.
We need attack choppers.
Who flies helicopters?
I cannot wait for the Hinds.
It doesn't have a rotary gun, and it doesn't have the what do you call it? The gun that moves with you. It's fixed.
No, it's the early
That's my only complaint.
That was the A. Had a fixed gun.
So it's 1972. This one. So it says P though. It's quite a late model though, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's an.
You can look it up. You can look it up on Google.
Okay, so that's I'm sure we all like that. Phantom, we're all a big. I remember the Phantoms.
Yes.
I remember the Phantoms at Milton Hall Air Show. Everyone liked them. They looked cool. I know they didn't have a very nice time in Vietnam, but no one did really. Really good plane. Again, Belsimtek are doing it. It's probably going to be awesome. Does anyone know what kind of second man system they're having? Any info?
No.
I haven't heard anything.
I'll jump. And a Cobra, which is another really cool chopper, really. In Vietnam.
Ooh.
No.
Very cool.
That have to be 2-man though.
I'm not sure it's confirmed to be the whiskey model though.
I thought they delayed it.
I know someone involved in it, and they're not. They said they haven't been told what variant it is, so I'm not sure why he's got whiskey there.
That's got the.
It seems quite a late model.
It's got the Huey.
I thought it was supposed to be a Super Cobra.
It's a twin
engine and transmission.
Okay, guys. Always really like Belsimtek. The stuff.
Am I right in thinking that Belsimtek is what was bought out by ED?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
But
we were just
treat them as separate, just for these.
Yeah, sorry, I was dealing with something else at the time.
Like your Willy.
Kingston.
All right. Anything other on Belsimtek before we Oscar Mike?
I hope they make the F4 carrier capable.
Question mark, is the E carrier capable? Does anyone know?
Negative.
It's not.
It's an Air Force one.
Will it have a resto still?
Missed opportunity.
Missed opportunity.
I think they still all have the hooks though.
Well, it'll work then. The F-16.
Yeah, but they have a different launch mechanism. They have the slingshot version, not the.
Well, what we're going to be doing, guys, I know it's going to trigger Wagner, but what we're going to do is we're going to operate our F-16s and stuff from Kuznetsov. We've got the ramp and the power, And we've got the wires.
Instant trigger.
Oh, I give up. Right, Heapler. We've had a mixed relationship with Heapler, as we all know. Vigan, incredibly frustrating, but one of the best modules in there. Really good, really detailed. 2017. It's had a few problems, but nothing, major. Nothing major. F14, yeah, so complicated, so much work, and I still don't understand why they're doing the A model.
It's interesting why they haven't got D in this list, because Heapler had said that D was on the cut.
I thought Heapler were.
But A was.
But they were being scrutinised over it because they don't want the Iranians getting hold of any information they get. Because they will allow them to convert their own aircraft. But they've also got the argument of the Russians have done it for them, so is it really doing anything for them?
I thought Heapler
kind of table.
No. Heapler apparently is turning away from doing
they are.
DCS modules.
Well, that's why they've got no modules in
military.
I thought they'd gone into working with the US military.
Tomcat's the last module, as far as I'm aware, like big module, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The rest of it will be AI stuff.
Okay, so everyone knows the Tomcat. It's a big, solid thing. And to be honest, it's been really good. Very few problems, really, for such a complicated thing. They just brought it out, rather than doing a WAGS thing. They brought it out, fully working, finished.
There is one big problem with it, and that's just...
Sure has a lot of fixes in the patches if it's
fact that you can't
but how often have you had a problem actually using the Tomcat? Very rarely.
Apart from the wing texture problem, which isn't a problem, that's the only one I can think.
Yeah.
Well, there's that.
Oh yeah, that boy ended up with an asymmetric wing. That was quite.
I've had a couple of times where I'd have cockpit desyncs between me and human Rio, so I don't know about that.
Must be a bit of a mare.
There's also a lot of issues where if you go in with a Rio, a lot of the stuff will bug out and glitch and not work.
I thought that was all fixed.
There's been a couple of times where I've spawned in it and it seems to think that I'm the pilot and it's given me none of my Rio controls, but yet I've got pilot controls.
All right, fair enough. Okay, Forrestal, what's that, 60s, question mark?
Yes.
So they had the fire on there, didn't they?
That's the one that, yeah.
Vietnam military carrier, yeah.
Rocket.
Roger, so, okay, that's fine. How much are they going to be selling these carriers for? Are they selling them?
Probably 50.
Are you serious?
I'm not
Jesus.
Carrier.
I can't buy that shit, man.
There's a lot of work in that super carrier.
The super carriers are charged per unit. There'll be 3 carriers which come with the Falklands pack, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah, but what's the point in charging
That'd be like
for a
Hermes
module
and that,
just
though,
to land on it? Would you pay for null check as an aircraft? No, you wouldn't.
With the super carriers, there are a lot more, like the fact that you can actually sit there and be the air boss. And
Yeah, that's got actual features. If it's just a model, then I'm not paying for it. But
there's a 14-year deck or
it
something.
will have actual features, from what I've read.
yeah, the super carrier. I'm not sure about this.
Air boss, and there's supposed to be a squadron room you can hang out in, and all this sort of stuff.
I'm not sure that you have to pay for the Forrestal because the other 2 are AI jets, and they're probably just going to put those in if they're even working on it.
My understanding was the Forrestal you were getting if you bought the Tomcat.
If you get the...
okay.
Might be it, huh? Yeah.
Because that'll be really good with the A variant.
I still don't know why they're doing an A variant. Who's going to go out and fly an Tomcat A?
Iran.
It's got a B.
Iran. Or people that do period authentic missions,
Oh, God.
1980s.
We should technically be in an A variant.
Yes, you should be in an A variant. Right. I would make you in an A variant if I could.
I don't mind.
Alright, fine.
I'll find anything. Not only that, Cap, they said they were going to give it us when we bought the Tomcat, so I paid for it.
Yeah, but do you care?
Yes, Cap, I always care. You know me, I'm a very caring person.
Well, if they put it as a reason to buy it, then I expect them to finish.
Yeah. I mean, I bought it for the B variant, not the A, but I know it's.
But if they said, do you want us to finish the A or change it to a D, it would be the D.
It's always the D. I've told you this before.
It's supposed to be the D as well after the A. That's what they hinted at. They said they wanted to do it.
They make 3 Tomcats.
That means.
Nice, but
that's what goes back. That's what annoys me. It's like spending their time on that when they could be making cool, interesting other planes, than a slight different model from the A and the. Oh, anyway, I just think different.
The D is a big change though from a B.
Yeah,
so.
Roger.
A proper hood for a start. Speed, altitude, the light.
That would be nice.
Fly by wire.
All right, guys. Okay, so that's that, and then they're quitting DCS, we think. Okay. Audio dev, Aviodev, they're doing Aviojet, which I'm a big fan of. Again, it's one of those jets where we never use, because what does it fit in with? It doesn't fit in with Warbirds. It doesn't fit in with 3rd gen, because it just doesn't. That's the price.
Its performance is shite, though.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
You can formation fly with birds.
This is why I want to say you're never going to use the Tucano and the Puma, or whatever it's fucking called, because it's going to be this awkward place.
What I mean is the Aviojet in real life is faster than the version that's in DCS. It doesn't make any sense.
Oh, wow.
It's like 100 knots slower than it should be. It should be L39 levels of speed. It's not. It can hit 300 knots with the...
I'm not sure it can keep up with an A10.
Apart from its speed problem, it's actually it's a really good model. I
like that module.
It's fun to play with, I must admit. And the Sea Eagles are pretty cool.
Yeah, Sea Eagles quite cool.
Mission editor.
They're actively working on it. I mean, they've been pretty big updates.
Yeah, they've been really working.
Yeah,
the last 6-8 months, they've done a lot to that.
I didn't know anything was wrong with it. I never found a problem with it, apart from
it was early access.
I guess it's adding functionality back into it or something, I guess.
Mirage F1, that's pretty cool. That's the non-Delta, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the over fuselage winged.
Did they have them in Spain then?
They had them in Iran.
Yeah, and I think Libya are using them.
Cool plane.
Iraq.
Again, a lovely little piece of history we've got there. So,
I love the French selling all our enemies aircraft that we can shoot down.
Yeah, I'll fly it. F1 will be awesome to fly, guys. Don't mock it.
I'll fly anything really, but I'll fly anything.
Okay, happy with that. Polychop. Oh god, here we go. So the Gazelle, awesome in every way apart from if you try and fly it. What's a Horton HO229 V4 Plus?
It's that World War II Nazi glider that looks a bit like a B2. What the fuck?
Flying wing. Oh, dude, they're bringing that?
Well, okay.
It's the German baby B2, but not stealthy, not fast, and can't carry an awful lot. Does that?
Okay, probably not going to buy that.
Well, for its time, it could carry quite a bit for its size.
Yeah, it's pretty funky looking, I must admit.
I'm just going to get it for the memes.
Okay.
From what I understand, that killed a lot of German pilots.
Well, they only
the Spitfire, we've got that.
In our
I think that was the
opinion, it
HE-162.
Strange thing to. It's a strange thing to. I mean, I guess I can't complain because I was asking for interesting planes, and that is very interesting. But just
2,200 pound load over 1,000 kilometers.
There's so many cool warbirds to have in.
What's interesting is he says it's not stealthy, but it was actually, according to Wikipedia, tested for radar cross section and had a smaller radar cross section than conventional twin engine aircraft.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be really good. Maybe it'll be really good. I'm coming around to it now, guys. Okay.
Well, I can tell you now, it won't be able to dogfight.
You can't fly more than 3 in a mission.
What's Bell OH-58 Kiowa? What the hell is that?
Yeah,
it's an 18 jet.
Observer.
It's like a little reconnaissance blazing.
Jet range, I think.
It is cool. I like it.
Yeah, it looks like
Yeah. Oh, but are they going to make it fly like that one? Bloody with no weight to it, no, you know.
The Gazelle's getting a new flight model with new technology they've got.
Let me guess, it'll be exactly the same.
Really nice.
They're doing a new flight model, and then they're retroactively putting that back into the Gazelle. So they're going to take all the technology that they developed for the Kiowa and then put it back in the Gazelle when it's finished. That was.
And you have to have multi-crew for the Kiowa too.
You'll be able to roll and flip at the same time.
The CEO was talking to Shifty and me the other day in our Discord. And he was telling us all kinds of things about what's up and coming. And we said, what can we tell people? And he told us a few things. It's going to have a multi-load rocket pod, which ED doesn't actually support, but there's 7 rockets in the pod, 2 top, 2 bottom, 3 in the middle, and you can now load them with like heat rounds top and bottom and flare rounds, illumination rounds in the middle, so you'll be able to use multi. The multi-crew will be coming, but they're waiting on Eagle Dynamics to sort out the multi-crew before they do it. It will come with an AI multi-crew, so you can either be the passenger or the pilot. And if you're the passenger, the pilot will fly just as good as you can. He says it's not going to be some sort of cheapo. The AI is going to be a pretty good pilot. It's going to have Hellfires, and the Hellfires are being modelled on real Hellfires, so you can sit behind a hill and a JTAC lays for the Hellfire at the other side of the hill. It will loft over the top of the hill and hit a target, so you can do it that way. There's a number of things that he told us about it and stuff, but the flight model was completed in the summer, and they have proper Kiowa Warrior pilots, test pilots that have been helping them with the flight model.
They said that back at the Gazelle, aren't they? They said, all the Gazelle pilots say it's still just like the real thing. Bollocks. Don't believe
it's going to be pretty cool.
That's what they've been saying.
If you ask Bean, he's actually flown in a Gazelle, and he's flown a Gazelle, and he did say that it was twitchy as hell.
Well,
yeah.
Anyway.
He nearly crashed.
So I just need to know if I can bring the server back up.
Having a helo that can laze for fixed wing is going to be pretty cool, I reckon.
Very useful.
Actually, that's pretty cool. I'll give you that. Haven't we got that? Can't the Gazelle already? No, it can't.
No,
it's got laser ranging, but not designation.
All right, guys, we'll move on. But all right, fair enough. They actually look like quite cool planes, so we'll give them a chance, boys. Magnitude 3, I like them. MiG-21, everyone loves the MiG-21. Hard to fly, but that doesn't, it's good. Christian Eagle 2, weird. It actually has some, in our Selly videos we do, it actually has a use. F4U Corsair, is that the bent wing? Is that the Seagull wing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. They're not given the class. Supposedly it's a D model.
It's naval capable as well, so that's just going to be fucking awesome.
Roger.
Yeah.
It looks cool.
It's the first naval airplane they're bringing in.
Yep. I don't think anyone can say anything bad
Don't
about that.
Single fuel
They need a
tank.
World War II. They need a World War II carrier to launch it from.
Has that got a twin Wasp on it? What's the engine?
Yes, it's a Wasp. Yeah, Wasp motor.
All right, good.
Big sucker.
And because it's a Magnitude, it'll be big. It'll be big, heavy sound engine. It'll be hopefully good. Fine, we'll see.
Complicated cockpit.
Okay. Militech 5. Never heard of it.
It's done.
The guys
They're not
from
developing
Polychop,
it.
aren't they?
They put off the DO-105, so I don't know if that's
Yeah, but
coming
I've seen recently they've put some screenshots up again on Facebook.
They just said they were not. They were putting it way off. Who knows?
Yeah, I saw them saying they were stopping it.
Doesn't look like a war chopper anyway.
It was one of the most produced helicopters in the world, I think.
Really?
By the military. Only recently was it decommissioned.
Yeah, I think it was.
I heard the BO-105 was cancelled.
Missiles and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows?
Okay, guys. So, Deka Ironwork. Never heard of it again. Where are all these guys coming from? Okay, we've got
the JF-17.
Oh, right. So we've got China.
And their modelling looks amazing.
That's going to be hot, is what that's going to be.
China asset pair. So is this like? So we've had the HQ7 SAM. We've had the Type 52 and 54 destroyers and whatever it's called.
They're bringing a tank.
Bring a tank. Okay, that'd be interesting to see when that comes through. J11A. We've already got that, haven't we? So that's in early access already. We know that. Basically exactly the same as a thing as far as we can see, apart from graphically. JF-17 Thunder. I don't know any people keep talking about this. I don't know anything about it.
Imagine the F-20 Tiger Shark and the F-16 had a baby.
So what is
it's basically a merge of the two.
So is it a ship F-16 or?
Yeah,
it's Chinese F-16.
It's probably one of the most
Pakistani.
modern.
Okay, it's quite cheap. 25 million for a up to 32 million.
It's made out of naan bread.
It's probably one of the most modern.
Oh no!
Introduction 2007. That is very late, isn't it?
The cockpit looks
pretty cool,
awesome.
It's got a full glass cockpit. It's
three massive iPads.
Oh, that makes
they're big. I mean, they're big.
It's actually in internal testing now with ED, so I don't think it's that far away.
Right. I don't know if
Heard about the JS-17.
Looks like an old Mirage.
Yeah, it should be
to me.
soon.
With an old Mirage.
Nine Lines are big new. He said that it might
27-inch
be out before
vertical
Christmas.
4K TV in the front of it.
It's got bits of F-16, isn't it? F-16 wings, F-16 nozzle, F-16 tail, and a Thunderchief front stretched. And
Mirage intakes.
yeah, and God knows what stabs there. It's a bit of a funny thing. All right, so that's coming out, and I don't know anything about it, so it should just be interesting to see what's going to happen. Okay, we'll leave it.
Last I hear about that one is it's supposed to be like the new great thing for Red 4 to fly.
Okay, fine.
And it's full fidelity.
Yeah, full fidelity Red 4.
And it's supposed to be coming in the next 30 days or something. It's
And
very,
I think
very
it's air-to-air missiles. I can't remember what they are, but I think they're not slightly better than the AMRAAMs we've got, range-wise.
Don't know. No
I
idea.
think almost anything will be better than what we have.
No, AMRAAM's good.
Yeah, AMRAAM's only got a proper range of about 30 miles, though. Those ones are supposed to be a lot better.
Yeah. Okay. All right. For another day. Eagle Dynamics.
Get indoors.
Let's see what we got. So we got some really good modules under Eagle Dynamics. We've got Black Shark, which I never got into purely because, well, my excuse is that I just came in too late. 2015 I came in. But then again, say, but you guys love it. So it's just a bit modern for me. Sit there with the Craval and everything.
The new cockpit and the new version is coming out very shortly.
Modular. I
And
hope
it's
that's
got
free.
open source as well.
It's not
It won't
free.
be free. Discounted.
The cockpit and that stuff is all going to be free if you own it already, right?
I hope so.
If you already own the Black Shark, the texture updates are going to be free. However, the modern missile warning system, RWR, and weapons will all be paid for.
Isn't that
But
a
you will
bit
get a substantial
insulting?
discount if you already. You're going to get a heavy discount if you already.
But they did it with the Black Shark too, as well.
You see, I don't get it being insulting because it's been out for ages.
Money grabbing, really.
And
well, I don't know.
They still have to make a living.
Yeah, they still got it. Well, they just wouldn't bother adding new stuff then, would they? Like, I'd rather
The
add new
module's
stuff.
11 years old.
Well, right.
So the next one going to have air-to-air
not
capability.
make it. Is that what you want?
Okay, fine.
Gotta pay for development. That's all I can say.
A10 Wuzzy Warthog, everyone knows about that, and nothing to say about it really. It does what it does. P51, really good. Mine Arms is Mine Arms. F53, really good. I'm amazed it came out so late. I had no idea. I assumed it had been there for about 20 years. All right, fair enough. Door Up, really good. Curveus, really good. NTTR, we never used it. Was it good, guys? I can't remember.
It's a good map.
It
is a good
is.
map.
It's a great map.
It's kind of funny
it's the biggest
too.
map in DCS.
Roger.
Take a look at the buildings in Las Vegas sometime.
Roger. We just never use it.
I mean, there's nothing much better than being able to fly down the strip of Las Vegas and Mark 1.
What he said.
Albatross, really good. Spitfire, really good. These are, again, just like Belsimtek, all really good modules with no or few problems. Really reliable. I guess it must make a difference, though, if Eagle Dynamics make these. It must be so much easier than a third party making them. So, I guess maybe that's why.
Wasn't they Leatherneck as well?
God knows. Normandy, which I hate. Does anyone actually think Normandy's good? Because I think it's terrible, man.
I like the location, but I don't like how it's textured.
I think it's really shit.
I
all over.
mean, they cut off the
performance
freaking English
is-
channel, right?
Yeah, not a good map.
You go into the Isle of
Not a
Wight,
good
and
map.
it's just like a kind of late 90s stretched textures and low polygons. It's like, oh, did I pay money for this? So,
Well, said the same thing about the assets pack too.
Assets back. We only got one bomber, B-17.
Yeah.
Well, if we're going to pay money, I want a good product. I'm going to fight for good products. B-17, I'll be happy with that once we get some ME, some Heinkels and a Dornier. Then I'll be happy with the asset pack.
B-25, the 24.
It's got some good
there's
tanks.
a lot of them. Yeah.
But the problem with the tanks
British
are...
Lancaster.
You can't drive the tank.
You can't drive the fucking tank.
What the hell?
That's the Halifax.
You need to be able to drive the tank. And we need the Dorniers and Heinkels and things. And then I'll be happy with it. But it does say that other stuff's coming. So we'll give them a chance, guys. Corksys 2.0 was pretty good. On par with IL2, which is good. Pretty happy with that. Persian Gulf, same thing. Good map. No complaints with it.
Some issues.
Yeah, I do actually. I get the track file, the track
Not fully
files
finished.
crashing.
Duplicated tack ends and stuff like that. They gotta
It
fix
could
it.
be,
They fixed that. I confirmed yesterday they fixed the duplicate tack ends.
Roger. Hornet and F-16.
And the ATC that says you're landing at Novacek or whatever.
That's quite funny. Hornet and
Hell of a
F-18.
flight.
Again, 2 massive modules to take on here, and obviously they're going to take years before they're finished, and really good. Stennis, nice to have that in there.
Oh yeah.
The Yak-52, like, I mean, again, completely useless, but we actually have a really good module. I guess it's a really good module. Well, yeah. Okay.
Tunnel run.
It's just
good for tunnel run.
I did when I did my kind of as fair as I could test. It came out nearly on the top because it really good.
You got to remember it's not a fighter aircraft, but it's a very, very good flight model in a flight sim. So it's a good.
I'd agree.
I guess so, but it's digital combat simulator.
Yeah, that's fair.
Digital.
Yeah, but they're trying to buy into another market for some reason, and I don't quite understand why.
Well, I always use that when I want to go sightseeing and just fly.
Yeah, true. I'll give it that.
One of those things. Yeah.
It's like you'd say it's a digital combat simulator. Then why's the Christian Eagle 2 in it?
Well,
I never bought it. I thought it was
Corsair.
Here's my opinion on the Christian Eagle: is that they developed that so they can do more dual wing aircraft.
Yeah, that
kind of initial model.
Propeller aircraft, because it's the same guys that are making the Corsair.
Here's something to consider too on that. So virtual air shows are an actual thing in this game too. So that would be a perfect addition to everything that they're doing.
Mm-hmm. Roger.
Yeah, but it's not a GR air show unless you carpet bomb the audience at the end.
All right, let's move on.
It's not GR sponsored, so
We actually don't be taking any more of our time. P-47. Is that the jug?
Yeah.
I know. So it's a big old thumping thing again. Twin. What was that? That was land based, wasn't it? I remember.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Supposed to have a really advanced.
Carries a lot of
World War II
weapons.
Yeah, and it was hard to shoot down. It was so heavy, wasn't it? And
Wasn't it used in Vietnam briefly as well?
Oh yeah, it was.
And Korea.
Or was that a different? The Avenger.
The A1 Skyraider.
Skyraider, yeah.
Skyraider was used in
No,
Korea.
that'd be a good module, the A1.
That'd be
The
great.
Corsair was used in Korea, and maybe the P-47.
all right, so that would be good. I look forward to that again. Good thing to do.
The F model, I think they used in Vietnam.
All these are good planes. You notice that they're all really good planes, not just in choice of plane and in quality of plane.
Like they can choose them.
Okay, Afghanistan, is that just going to be NTDR, like flipped upside down? What will be the difference? I won't have that tower. I won't have the Burj Khalifas, will it?
Different colour setting.
Caves.
Oh, fucking hell, Syria map. That's it, just turned right 90 degrees.
Well, Afghanistan, that map would be probably part desert, part mountainous regions, and part glacier.
So basically, it's just a really barren bit of Persian.
I think they're posturing. I think they're posturing to make a super map because they all seem to be very close to each other.
Could you imagine the frames?
It's hard enough running DCS as it is.
No, they can't do that because then Cap will have his ferry 3,000 miles to get to the target.
Yeah, exactly.
See the problem.
In formation, 3 inches off each other's way.
It would open up bigger aircraft like the F-15E and the F-111, and even if they wanted to, the SR-71. You'd have a map big enough to actually.
They are very close to each other, so.
Couldn't agree more with you, Wolf. I think.
Gotta think.
The thing is, you could do it with
You can bring in
existing
strategic bombers.
You could do it with an existing kind of hardware requirements. If you just made lots and lots of it, I know it sounds boring, but lots and lots of it water, like a big NTDR and then a big ocean of 1,000 miles, and then another NTDR that side. That would work, wouldn't it? Without being too hardware intensive.
Well, they seem to manage it in FSX and that, so.
Yeah, but this isn't FSX.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying it's doable.
Too bad they couldn't get a license with the other guys that are developing that lovely map that does updated weather.
There's not much interaction with the FXX scenery other than landing.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely right. Because remember when I was doing my line of sight video, there's a lot of calculations being done all the time about who can see who with what sensors. That shit's all going on all the time. Whereas none of that has, or little of that's been done in X-Plane or FSX. So it's much easier to do that shit in FSX. But anyway, we digress. Apache, fair play. Yeah, I think we're quite happy about
Fingers
Apache.
crossed, hopefully.
Yeah.
No version mentioned.
I didn't know there was different versions.
Probably an earlier version.
The A model or the D model longbow.
Oh, yeah.
Nah, they won't be bringing the D model, man.
Yeah, it won't be the longbow.
I'm just saying what versions there are. I would say it'd be the A model, almost certainly.
I prefer the A model. I just prefer older. They just always work out better. Okay, and an ME262, fair play. Like, that's pretty cool, right?
Ooh, Schwabi.
Just hope they give it nice, realistic engines that explode if you move the throttle.
Yeah, and slow.
Yeah.
You have to employ them as ground attack too, just to be true and authentic.
No, they were killing bloody thingies, bombers.
Until Hitler went crazy and decided they should be ground attack. And
yeah, he mounted 2 little 500-pound bombs to the nose.
Bless him.
Silly.
Right. So they're missing. We didn't see the Falklands map.
That's what lost him the war.
He probably just missed it off.
Yeah,
I think he was there.
No,
Falklands map was on the Rasbam.
Oh yeah, it's called South.
Oh, was it?
No, that's not South Atlantic.
Yeah, that's it. South Atlantic map.
Oh, jump.
South Atlantic on the Rasbam one.
Okay, got
that
it.
is the
And we
Falkland
didn't see Octopus G in there anywhere.
Oh, yeah, he doesn't like them, obviously.
Yeah.
Old Squirrel Boy. I wonder why he's called Squirrel Boy. Do you think his face looks like a squirrel? Or does he feed squirrels? Or...
nuts.
Maybe he raises squirrels.
Right. How about that? So
maybe even less squirrels. I don't know.
As requested, that was our views. It was mostly old men whinging, as usual, but that is the Grim Reapers, basically. Any final thoughts you have on the development of these modules or anything related without wasting the valuable viewers' time, men?
Please make a Buccaneer.
Oh, yeah, right. Cool, right?
Please
and
punch Seagulls in the face.
Tornado!
Yes.
There is the tornado. There is.
Take the F-15E out, put the tornado in. Cat will then be
there is.
I agree.
There you go, you see?
They have been speaking with the.
Then they have to make the C.
makers of the
If they take out the E,
Harrier.
they have to make the F-16.
We've got it.
The tornado
would
is
just be
cockpit.
They've been talking with the people who make the tornado, but the issue is the Chinese are trying to get a hold of it as well.
How about they kiss my
that isn't going to happen. Then.
kiss my old man arse and let us have it?
There is one problem though, Cap.
Jaguar.
And that is Polychop are after the license.
I think I would just appreciate
Buccaneer.
I'd appreciate the unfinished modules being finished. That's
What I'd love
my
to
number
see
one.
is Vulcan. I'd love to see
Cap,
Vulcan.
go through everybody and say what's on your wish list.
No, fucking, that's a different video. That's a different video.
All right.
All right,
F-111.
One thing. One thing that's missing from this list is Mosquito.
Oh yeah. Someone's doing that, aren't they?
Oh yes.
That's a pretty cool fighter, I must admit. Who's making that supposedly?
I don't know. I think it was mentioned that it was being released next year, though, wasn't it?
I think it was
It's ED.
Oh, Squirrel's forgotten about it. And his little squiggly face, he hasn't got it here.
I don't think he's updated this for a bit because
It's
the
updated for a
F-16 still
little while.
says repurchase.
Fair enough. Come on, Squirrel, do your job, sir. All right.
Cap, are we going to
Nice
debrief
side,
the
though.
mission?
Yeah, we'll do that now. Okay, bye.